Bean Soup Times is on a mission to create dope content that entertains, educates, and empowers the Black community. We keep our ear to the ground, we ask, we report to you. We help Black people to share their message. We promote real dialogue. We provide a platform to help give voice to the voiceless. We educate you on how to shop smart. Our passion is to inform you about Black events, businesses, organizations, and entertainers. We are Black owned. We are Black Chicago. We are the award-winning Bean Soup Times.
Y'all started off with that lesson, man. Appreciate it.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. I hope that you are doing well today. This is your brother, your friend, Tori Muhammad. Happy Tuesday. It's a wonderful Tuesday, December 22nd, and it's the first day of the rest of your life and of my life as well. Man, so I hope that you all can tell people to tune in because we have an amazing guest today. We might have two amazing guests. You know, we're trying to mix it up and bring y'all some incredible, amazing people on a consistent basis. And so we have a brother that, man, we're going to look forward to talking to in a quick second. But right before I do that, man, I have to give a shout out to this brother right here who wrote this book, 1155. Not a shout out, but some recognition. Abdul Allah Muhammad. Many people who may not be familiar with him, but he recently passed. And this man was a wealth of information, a companion, an assistant to Minister Malcolm X, and of course has been a consistent companion and assistant helper to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So he just recently passed, but that man would share some amazing stories about Malcolm X and about the times, and you know, with Muhammad Ali, just an incredible, amazing person. So, man, we appreciate and think about him and remember him, and our prayers go out to his family. Cherie Latif, peace. Sister Imani, I was just talking about your bean pies. Hoping that you are well, man. So, listen, man, we're gonna bring on this first guest real soon. But I wanted to just acknowledge and recognize Minister Abdul Allah Muhammad. Back in the day, he was known as John Shabazz. And we got some great history in our community, and we must celebrate our heroes and our sheroes. So, man, I'm going to bring on, oh, yeah, great. We're looking good. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring on a brother who works in the Illinois State Department, and he is bringing some incredible resources to our community, letting us know some of the things that are being offered for Black-owned businesses. And then we're going to bring on, right after him, we have our brother Mark Walker with Oooh Sweet Tea. So we're gonna do something real fun today, and actually, you know, show y'all how to shake and move and bring people together and network on the show. So I think this is going to be a great piece right here. So first, let me bring on Matthew Simpson. How you doing, brother?
Let me unmute. Can you hear me? What's going on, brother?
Man, I can hear you well. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. You know, it's all what you make it. We got to make the best of it.
I know that's right. So, man, tell us a little bit. I know you work for the State Department, and you are over African American resource development for businesses, correct?
Yes, sir. Man, first, I just want to thank you for having me. You know what I'm saying? I got so much respect for the platform you built over the years. You know, I'm new to this role, relatively new. And one of the first people who I was able to connect with was you.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, through the work you're doing with Black restaurants, you know what I'm saying? Black Chicago Eats. And, you know, that network of restaurants and, you know, food businesses that you pull together has, you know, it just demonstrates the power that we have as a people and the culture that we have. on the top of the show, you were just kind of acknowledging one of our cultural leaders, and that Black culture is something that if we leverage it the right way, it can change people's lives. And through the food, we have a lot of our culture, the stories being told, people coming together, man. So I just want to shout you out, man. I appreciate you for what you've done over the years and inviting me, a young brother, to join you on the show today. So thank you very much for that.
Man, it's my pleasure, man. I appreciate that receiving, and I'm just, man, doing what we all should be doing, just striving to be a vessel and, play my part, play my role. Of
Yes,
course,
sir.
I have an incredible example in the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and so I'm just striving to be a little bit of what I get from him, to be inspired and motivated, and that's why we got a brother on today. He's going to be coming on Mark Walker with Oooh Sweet Tea. He just opened up a new restaurant, Oooh It Is, on 83rd and Wabash. So, man, so I want to make sure that you all connect as you all are both on the show together.
Okay, for sure.
Right? So, but we're on the Black Chicago Eats platform right now. We're talking to foodies and Black-owned restaurants who tune in.
Okay.
So, of course, I know there's a big picture of just, providing resources for all the all the businesses, but definitely want to put a little focus on the Black-owned restaurants.
Man, you know what? So I'll say I work with the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, and that is the economic development agency for the state of Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
So all things related to business attraction, trying to get new businesses to come to the state, business retention and expansion, that's trying to keep the businesses here and help them grow here, and then entrepreneurship and business development. So that's kind of allowing people to tap into resources to start a business. So that's the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. That's the agency I work in. And then I work for an office inside of the agency called the Office of Minority Economic Empowerment. And that is, we have a small team, still relatively new office, 2016, the office started up. And we support all of the high-level economic development goals of the agency, but we have a special emphasis to engage and support minorities, women, veterans, and individuals with disabilities. So that's the Illinois Office of Minority Economic Empowerment. You may hear the acronym OMEE, O-M-E-E.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So my role on the team is I'm the African American Business Development Manager. In addition to that, I also support people with disabilities and veterans, and I'm working the whole state. So I cover the entire state of Illinois, working to engage and support Black businesses, veterans, and individuals with disabilities, doing the same, high-level economic development stuff. But we know that a lot of our people in our communities are disconnected and underserved. So we have a special emphasis to reach deeper, to slow down sometimes and make sure we're connecting and answering questions. And my biggest idea for being successful is trying to find leaders on the ground throughout the state who are doing the things that you're doing, man, and trying to create these platforms and pull businesses together. So a lot of what I do is make myself available. I'm gonna share my information on the call. I do text messages, phone calls, emails, as best I can to help entrepreneurs identify what they're trying to accomplish and make sure to get connected to people, information, resources to accomplish their goals.
Man, that's beautiful. I love it, man. So, man, we're gonna bring on a real shaking and moving to this conversation, because I think this is gonna be a great conversation. This brother, man, we go way back. I remember I was helping him promote comedy shows. He was doing comedy shows, and he shoot me a flyer and say, "Man, shoot this out. Can you help me make sure the people get into the door?" And I'm gonna let him tell some of his history. I ain't gonna give all his history, but man, definitely a brother I appreciate and admire, and love to see him shaking and moving. We have Mark Walker with Oooh Sweet Tea. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Tori and Matt? How y'all doing today?
Peace, brother. Peace.
Man, we doing well, man. Everybody is well, man. Good to see you. Thankful to have both of you brothers on. Mark, I don't know if you heard a little bit about what Matthew does, man, but he is, doing things with the Illinois Department of Commerce and supporting Black-owned businesses. And they do a lot with restaurants and helping to support. And so Mark has an incredible story that I love, man. So we're going to get into it. But if you can just, man, give us an intro, Mark, into what you've been doing and recently with Oooh, the Oooh brand now. It's morphed and not just the Oooh sweet tea.
Right. So, man, first of all, let me just say thank you for even thinking of me and my brand. I really appreciate that. I don't take that for granted at all. But Oooh sweet tea has been so wonderful to me down through the past 5.5 years of actually starting this brand right here in the hood, off of 87th and the Dan Ryan at Harold's Chicken with a little vintage tea stand on vintage suitcases. Basically is where I started. And just the speedball just a little bit. Within a year's time, sold over 286,000 cups of tea, standing in the corner of Harold's Chicken by myself, suited and booted, bow tied up.
That's what's up.
Like a Muslim. Selling sweet tea with no sugar, no caffeine, but just trying to put the brand out there. Never knew where it was going to go. This wasn't a family recipe. It wasn't an ancient Chinese secret. It was just something that I was attempting to do and deciding that I didn't want to work at Ford Motor Company any longer. And so it just went and took off. I promise you it did. Got a chance to tape Shark Tank with the brand, got a chance to sell 26 franchises with the brand. It wasn't until after 2 years of being in Harold's on 87th Street that I was asked by the owner, Percy, one of my good buddies, that to leave. That's crazy when somebody asks you to leave. But I was so upset and mad that he even asked me. But it was really him pushing me out there and saying, hey, I pretty much now outgrown the space. I really need to do further. And so it wasn't until then that we got the building, the old Maxine's Jerk Chicken and Campbell's Jerk Chicken at 1225 East 87th Street. It wasn't until then we got in Walmart on 83rd Street, got into River Oaks Mall, and the rest is just history. So now we actually then started our own restaurant where we do soul food with the twist under the same umbrella, Oooh It Is restaurant. And we do everything from fried lobster tails to lamb chops to fried alligator, pork chops, shrimp and grits, pot roasting grits, all types of stuff, Hennessy wings and Patron wings, at our new spot. And so we acquired the space in Chatham, which is my hometown neighborhood. I grew up just blocks away, 33 East 83rd Street. And that we're really excited about. This is a 5,000 square feet space where we're going to be dining in, outdoor patio. We included the cereal bar, which over 100 different types of cereal, hot and cold, 7 different types of milk, 25 different toppings.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Excited about what we're getting ready to bring to Chatham, to the seasoned citizens. We're giving them food with flavor. We're giving them a nice ambiance and flair at our new location. And of course, we bring in the sweet tea. We got the Obama sweet tea and the peach and the strawberry lemon and New Life. But I just can't wait to be able to bring this experience to Chatham, creating some jobs in our community where we're going to see the dollars rotating right here and building and training our folks up and giving them some. We're looking forward to doing health fairs in our parking lot, vendor events, different things like that we're going to add some value to this community. We're not going to just take, we're not coming here to sell no chicken dinners. We're coming to give back in so many different ways on so many different platforms.
Man, I love it, man. That's so beautiful. Matthew, talk a little bit about some of the programs and resources that you've been pushing and providing. And I'm gonna come back to you, Mark, because there's something about your story, man, that is so powerful that I want you to talk about. And Matthew, as you talk about what you do, I want you to keep in mind he hasn't gotten any support, any loans, any grants. He's been doing this, man, ground up, T to T, and building the business. And those are the kind of businesses I think, I really need with resources and support, where it ain't no charity. He's already proven, man, and he is doing it. But what resources can he tap into that'll take him to that next level?
Man, well, you know what? That's what you're doing is the work that's gonna change our community. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just trying to blow smoke. What I'm talking about is, self-determination. So whereas you had an idea and you scraped your pennies together and you stepped out into the cold, you jumped off the porch.
Right.
You know what I mean? and you got in the field, you know what I'm saying? And you started in between the darts, in the intersections, trying to eat what you kill. You're going to hunt for yours and eat what you kill. Now that's self-determination, because nobody's there to cut you a check. Nobody's there to tell you, to pat you on your head and tell you that I'm giving you permission. You went out to go get it for yourself. And that is the energy that energy of leadership is what we need in our community to help change it. Because what comes with that is you're forging out, and now you're making room for more people. Now, what I want to tell you, the first thing you talked about is acquiring a facility in Chatham. I always talk about networks and knowledge. I always talk about how important it is to be connected and tap into some knowledge. So are you working with Sister Melinda Kelly in the Chatham Business Association?
No.
Okay. So for me, that's an easy layup, man. What I'm gonna do is do an email introduction.
Okay.
He has a very strong business association called the Chatham Business Association. They meet on a regular basis. You can attend the meetings and decide if you want to join, but she's a strong advocate for small business. She's very well networked in Chicago. And this, as an entrepreneur, as an independent entrepreneur, it's so important to tap into a network, because sometimes you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And if you can pick up that phone and say, you know what, I wonder if Matt know about this. I wonder if Melinda can tell me about this. And the Chatham Business Association is a really good group to tap into, even if you just want to sit on the periphery and listen a few times. But that's one thing I'll tell you: networks and knowledge. Chatham Business Association is a strong network that can help you get a lot of knowledge. Second thing, you talked about creating jobs. A big part of what the state does is try to help people who are growing in that way reduce the risk of adding employees. And sometimes you can extend opportunities to people who may not have experience or may not have a lot of, maybe have a little background or something like that.
Okay.
There are programs that can help you pay for some of the wages of a person that you want to bring on. And that helps because on the front end, they may not know how to operate your machinery. They may not know how to use your processes. So while they're learning, the workforce development dollars can help pay some of the wages, and it's less risky. So that's called the work experience program. It's called WEX, work experience program.
Okay.
And what you would do is just enroll your business, and you can tap into some of the people who fit the profile, and you can give them some opportunities. So two things right there: the Chatham Business Association work experience program to help you pay for some of your employees. I don't know where you are in terms of capital for your business. I don't know if you got to do a build out. I don't know if you got to do your equipment yet where you are. But something to keep in mind is a program that the state has called Advantage Illinois.
Okay.
And that is now, and I can follow up with you in the email and get you all of this. You ain't got to work notes, but Advantage Illinois it's debt financing. It's a participation loan. Now, the beauty of it is for a minority business, you can lock in to a low interest rate, and you still need to qualify through a participating lender. So that is they're gonna look at your credit, they're gonna see your capacity to repay, gonna see if you got a little collateral. But as a minority business, you can lock into a lower interest rate and tap into up to $400,000 on a project like the one you talked about to undertake. So those are three things I would say on the front end. I'm imagining you've been in the game long enough. You got a business plan. You already know what your customer profile is. You know what your partners look like and things like that. If you got all that tight, you can roll into a program like Advantage Illinois. I can help you get some workforce dollars and gladly make an introduction to Sister Melinda Kelly for you at the Chatham Business Association.
Man, I appreciate that. All that's good information. Definitely stuff that I need to know about and that I didn't know about before being on this call. So, man, that's love.
Man, that's what's up. All right, so Mark, I'm gonna come back to Mark. Mark, talk a little bit about the evolution of it. You did, as you said, speedball it a little bit, but talk about you starting off with the meals and how you got into doing the teas, and just a shout out to when I started hearing about Oooh Sweet Tea and the buzz around it, and went to get some for myself at Harold's. That before I knew you was even connected with it. So
Right.
it was like I fell in love with the product, and then when I knew it was you, it was like, it was like, we was dancing in the street, like, this is my man. So talk about how it grew.
Okay, so basically, I've always been around entrepreneurship. I think when I first heard of you was through my mom when she was living. We had the Spiritual Perspective newspaper. You had the Bean Soup Times paper, and I used to always read your paper before I read her paper. And she would come home and just surprise me. She said, "I got that paper you like, boy." And so, but stuff like that was just so informative to me. And so when I first started this brand, my commitment was that, hey, I'm gonna get out here with the people in the trenches. And so I started doing a lot of vendor events. That's what really got us to be well known in people's faces and letting them taste the product, is that I wasn't turning down no vendor event. I was doing first annuals. I was doing baby showers. I was doing back to school trunk part, all types of stuff. Well, we would set up a vintage tea stand because it was something different. And one of the things about our product is that there's no product out here on the market like it. I promise you. I've had so many people to come around and try to duplicate and imitate. And some are somewhat successful, but it's still nothing like it. And I think a lot of times you can duplicate somebody's product, but the only thing is you can't duplicate that person and what they bring to the table. And so that's why I always attempt to be the face and be out here and give back, have that customer service along with it. And then the product itself is going to move. So I love doing events. I first started out doing pastries and tea. And so when I was doing the pastries, I would take a 50-cent donut and charge you $5 for a 50-cent donut. But by the time I got done with that donut, I didn't put Fruity Pebbles on it and had a cereal donut. I didn't put Fruit Loops. I didn't put caramels and cashews on the donut. I didn't split a Long John down the middle and put some cream in the middle of it and put Oreo cookies on top. And that was my super cute. And so then the presentation, I always presented it with fancy flowers, fancy plates, and different things like that. And so the tea just took off before anything else did. And so I ran with what took off. But I say all of that to say is that the way I started out was in the trenches doing $15, $35 vendor events in the neighborhood. And I was not afraid to give people a sample of what I thought was good stuff. And so I think that's another key thing that's gotten us to be hood famous, is that we are not afraid to let you taste what we think is really, really good. We don't care how many samples you get. We figure we're going to get you before you get us on these samples, because that taste is going to continue to be in your mouth type of thing. So just with doing that, And when I first started out in Harrell's, I was my only employee. I didn't have no employees. I would work all day long and then go to Ford and do a 12-hour shift in the paint department and go back to Harrell's and do the same thing. It wasn't until I found out and got educated that I can walk away from Ford. That, yeah, I was missing that 401k and that profit sharing and the health benefits, but I was so uneducated to that process and didn't understand that I can buy my own 401k. I can buy my own health insurance, but I didn't understand that. And so it wasn't until somebody pulled me by my coattail, a financial advisor, and said, listen, you can put into that. You're already paying for it at Ford. You just don't know that you are the one paying. Mr. Ford ain't that nice. He just giving it to you. It's coming out your check, and you could do the same thing for yourself and for your employees if you so choose to. And so I had to be educated to learn that process. But what even got me into doing this is that back in the day, I remember growing up and living on 75th, right off of Stony Island, but the Omar juice. I thought that was the best juice ever. Growing up as a youngster, I mean, and a lot of people don't even remember that.
Omar juice was fire.
That was fire. That was the papaya juice of today, Mr. Pure. That was it for us. And so I just remember that, and I just wanted to do the same thing. And so this is all for me, generational wealth that I want to build up for my sons and for other people too, and just creating opportunities. And so believe me, I'm thankful for every person that has purchased a beverage, every person that has listened to my story, every person that has attended any events, that we've done. And so I'm just encouraged to find out where this road is going to lead, and can't wait till you all do the Taste of Black Chicago again. How about that?
Yes, exactly. Well, I was about to mention that, man. I still remember you walking up to me, Matt. He did so well. I mean, I felt a little bad for other vendors around him. They had great stuff, but it was like people trying to get to their booth had to go around the line that was standing there for the tea. And after he sold out twice, the second time, Mark said, man, I did so well, man. I feel bad. Man. Take a little bit more money. I need to
I swear, I felt bad. I'm like, I said, you should be charging us way more money. And most people wouldn't tell somebody that. They'll just run with it. And
That's
I just
right.
felt bad. I said, please, we didn't make so much money today. I said, brother, here, let me just give you something extra. Just that type of thing. It was a well put together event. The vibe was just awesome. I mean, I loved every bit of it. Anytime that I can even be on the grounds of the mosque, the Nation of Islam, they are really good, close friends with my family, always have been. The Honorable Louis Farrakhan, it's just, I got so much love for them, regardless. A lot of people don't even understand the history.
Yeah.
I mean, it's times that I would wake up when I was a little younger. I would wake up and Farrakhan be in my living room at home, sitting there for hours. I remember the mail lady would say, "What's going on over here? I see Muslims on the corner, on the porch, like what's going on?" But him and my mom was great friends. But he's just a stand-up guy. His family, his children, his wife. I still talk to Sister Claudette every now and then as well.
Yes.
But just wonderful people. So I appreciate you all, definitely.
Yeah.
If I could just ask a question.
Yes, sir.
Mark, how do you approach the idea of competition? That there may be other people who do pastries or who do sweet teas or who have soul food restaurants. How do you handle that idea of, there are other people who are in your market or in your lane. What do you do to differentiate yourself? How do you consider your competition? What's your ideas around all of that?
I don't think that is competition. I think that is great. I think it's enough out here for everybody. I promise you. I think it keeps me on my toes and my heels because I know it's some smart brothers and sisters out here coming from Clark, Atlanta, Morehouse, Chicago State University, Spelman, that are grinding right now while we on this Zoom call now. They doing their homework, they studying. how they can take me off of my square. And that's great because that keeps me motivated. We're coming up with great ideas. I tell people the story for when they say in the hospitality industry right now that you got so many businesses and restaurants closing up. But at the same token, you got so many opening up. Somebody in the Concerned Citizens of Chatham posted a comment and said when they found out we was coming to Chatham, somebody, one of the, which I call them seasoned citizens, they said, you know, who would open up a restaurant during a pandemic? A great sign for failure. Well, I'm one to believe that failure is the price tag to success. It's not until you have failed that you have truly succeeded. And so here it is that we are essential. You have to eat. I promise you, you're going to eat today. I don't care what goes on. You're going to eat today. You know, and you might not eat my choice of what we have, but we are essential and we're here to stay. But it just encourages me to give people something different. You cannot assume that you're going to turn the lights on and put the open sign up in the window and people going to flock to your place. You can keep on doing Philly steaks all you want to, but now folks are doing so much stuff with Philly steaks and different stuff. You cannot continue to give people the norm, and they're going to expect that type of success. It's not going to happen. These trends out here with these young folks, which I call them Instagrammers or whatever, you got to go with the signs of times, I promise you. And so that's why we done took a lobster tail and fried it, and we so used to having it the regular way, boiled or steamed or whatever. You got to do different stuff. They want jerk on everything now. They want to make sure they take a picture with their food before they eat it. If it don't look pretty, they don't want it. You know, we got kids that come in and get pot roast and get mad if we don't have pot roast or don't have string beans and white potatoes, but they never ate it when Big Mama cooked it. We added some flavor to it now, and it tastes so good to them that they got to have it with lamb chops. I mean, they come into a carry-out restaurant and they'll spend $85 and it's a fast food. So now we done took away from a pizza puff to them coming to get some string beans and white potatoes, some lamb chops, and they just spend $45 just on one meal. You know, and the first thing they do is take a picture of it, put it on Instagram, and now we done got more customers. And so the restaurants that are failing, in my opinion, are the ones who wasn't doing good prior to the pandemic and who do not know how to convert over to the new stuff that's happening in 2020 and 2021. You cannot assume that DoorDash and Uber Eats are going to get it for you. You got to do guerrilla marketing. You got to get out here with the people. You got to give folks something different. You cannot continue to put flyers on cars and think that you're going to get some success and people going to flood. Most of these people are on the same order of business cards that they started out with, the 1,000 or the 500 business cards. They ain't passed none of them out. So.
Man, I love it. Hey, Matthew, when you get by there to the restaurant, you're going to see if I could pick a theme song, if I had a theme song for Mark, it would be Classic Man.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Man, everything he do, it was style. When that setup was in Harold's, you didn't walk in and just see a bunch of tea containers. Man, it was a whole setup. It was the luggage. It was some real nice tea canisters dispensing the tea. Man,
that's awesome.
And he putting, man, I almost went crazy, man, when she asked me about did I want my sucker. I had the caramel apple tea. I forget the name of it. But I said a sucker, right? What? I said, man, that blew my mind to get a sucker with that tea inside of it. That was so good. That tea was so good. So even though I went there in the Harold's location, he created an experience.
That's awesome.
You forgot you was in Harold. You was coming there to get the tea.
Yeah,
he made the tea an experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Somebody said, what's the name of the restaurant? It's called Oooh It Is. And I don't know where he went, but when he comes back, we're gonna ask him how he got the name Oooh It Is and Oooh Sweet Tea.
No, man, I think that's you know, right now is the perfect time to start. You know, we're not gonna go no lower right now because of the circumstances with a pandemic, you know, global health pandemic and, you know, economic opportunities not looking the same. right now is the time to start, because the only way you can go is up. So I think the visionary can see right now, I need to shoot my shot. And that's what this brother's doing, man. So it's great to hear him doing that. And also with the got a little sunny. With the I think you hit it on the head with the luggage and the display and the experience that he creates, that translates into value.
That's right.
People are willing to pay
for
that experience, for that display and presentation.
Yep.
That translates into value.
And when I say luggage, I'm talking about, it looked like some luggage that if you was watching Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, right? It was some luggage that was vintage. Like, where did we even get this piece of luggage looking quality? Like it just came out of somebody's store, but 50 years ago.
Right. That's great.
Yeah. So talk a little bit. I don't know if he's gonna come back. I know we got bumped off. What's some of the other resources and things that businesses can connect to? Because of course the story is unique. His story, he's building it up and didn't have any support, but that don't mean that the rest of us who in a position should be ashamed, right? To be getting whatever support, grants, and opportunities for training. I know you've been doing a lot of stuff connecting people. So talk a little bit about some of those resources.
Well, there was just a big grant program from the state of Illinois that closed called the Business Interruption Grant. The deadline was December 15th. And if you've applied for that before the 31st, you should be hearing about, there's one more wave of applicants who will be receiving funds. Not everybody who applied is going to be receiving funds, but if you did, people should be hearing something before the 31st of the year about that last wave of funds for the Business Interruption Grant. We just heard that at the federal level, there was a new coronavirus financial package agreed upon. So that means that there's going to be some more federal dollars flowing through to the state. And I know that they're putting more money into the Paycheck Protection Program. So that's something that we'll be partnering with our people at the SBA to do more presentations and webinars. I'll get with you on that, man, to get the information on the SBA's resources that are coming through to the state of Illinois. So small businesses, especially our businesses, get that information. I want to make sure people are familiar with the Small Business Development Centers, the SBDC, Small Business Development Center. These are organizations located throughout the state that provide free technical assistance and business development support to entrepreneurs. They help you with business planning, market research, financial projections, where to find money in your community, in your area. They're located throughout the state. So the Small Business Development Centers are a great resource as relates to business development and technical assistance. They can help you find the money in your community, help you write that business plan, help you do market research to understand how your product stacks up with others in your area. That's the SBDC.
Are they operating at regular hours or right now?
Yep. And even better, they've received additional funding to provide support going all virtual. So they're helping. They're specializing right now in helping companies pivot during the pandemic. They're trying to help you figure out what are new ways I can reach my customer, considering that we can't, physically interact. What are some new ways I can get my product out in front of the people? What are some new ways I can market my services? They're trying to help you understand service delivery, packaging for your product. Maybe you got to package it different. And they got resources to help businesses with that right now. So that's the Small Business Development Center. That's a real big resource I think people should be familiar with. So I'll get with you on some new information coming out through the federal government around the Paycheck Protection Program. And I think people really need to get familiar with the Small Business Development Centers.
Man, so is there any resources? Do they help with tax preparation? Because I know it may be, I saw something in the news about, folks are going to know who got certain monies, different types of money, that how they're going to file those taxes is going to be different from how they filed it, of course, in previous years.
Yep. Well, the SBDC is a great resource, But you, as an entrepreneur, as a business, you know, you want to have a good accountant. You want to have a good lawyer online, just in case you need to talk to anybody. Those are two professionals you want to connect with. And an accountant is going to be the best person to help you understand, you know, if you did receive some of these grant dollars or some of this PPP, EIDL money, you want to talk to an accountant. And you need to have one lined up above and beyond, you know, these circumstances, because accounting, being able to tell the story about how the money came in and went out to of your business,
Yeah.
is going to be a very important piece for you tapping into loans and
Right.
getting investors and things like that.
Right. That's it. That's kind of important right there.
Yes, sir.
Critical. Absolutely. So, people can, I know you do, talk us some of those online workshops. Like any coming up, and you got something happening? I know you've been doing them during the pandemic, hitting them hard.
Man, yeah. We there's two things that come out of our office regularly that I want to share with people. One is once a month, we partner with the small business development centers throughout the state.
Mm-hmm.
We used to do these live in person. We used to take them all over the state, but now we have to do it all virtual. It's called a workshop called ADME, ADME. It stands for Advancing the Development of Minority Entrepreneurship. So once a month, we bring in a subject matter expert to talk about a topic that we feel like will help minority entrepreneurs grow. And that's the fourth Wednesday of every month. And actually, in the next couple of days, we're going to be uploading the whole calendar of events for 2021 on our webpage. So that's one thing I want to just familiarize people with. ADME. It's a monthly workshop. We bring in a subject matter expert.
So, and how can people get access to it? What's the website?
It's illinois.gov/DCEO. And illinois.gov/DCEO. And you want to look for the Office of Minority Economic Empowerment.
Illinois.org.
Illinois.gov.
Illinois.gov. I'm sorry.
/D as in dog, C as in cat, E as in egg, O as in Oscar. Yep. So that's the Illinois Department of Commerce website. And you want to just look for the Office of Minority Economic Empowerment. So we got ADME. The next thing I want to tell you about is something that we do twice a month, called Online with Oooh. And that's me and my team. We share resources, updates, news, grant programs that we learn about, financial opportunities that we learn about. Twice a month, we do we just have an open office hours, basically virtual office hours, where we just invite entrepreneurs to come in if they got questions about anything in particular. We share updates for federal, state, and local resources twice a month, called Online with Oooh. You'll see that online as well.
Man, beautiful. And you talked about, you said this is a pretty new department. You said 2016?
Yeah, 2016. And
So,
then I came online. I joined the team last year in January, at the end of January, beginning of February. So I'm
you came right at the cusp of the awareness of the pandemic.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But you know, it's been a wild ride, but I appreciate the fact that, you know, our resilience as a people. You know, one thing about us is we're not a pitiful people. We're not looking for, you know, sob stories. We're looking for opportunities, you know, and I'm proud to be in this role. I take it very seriously. This is not a joke to me, that my job is to help entrepreneurs realize their own vision, because that's how our communities are going to grow. So, you know, I've learned that over the pandemic. You know, our people aren't looking for handouts, they're looking for opportunities. And that's what we got to do, make sure we get connected. So I appreciate everything you're doing, man.
Man, I appreciate you being where you are in the spirit that you have, and providing, you know, making sure these resources are getting out to folks. So definitely, you send us, you know, information, we're going to share it out, let people know about it. You're always welcome to come on the show and give us some updates, offer some resources, and, you know, man, continue to keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate you being where you are.
Sure. Appreciate you, brother.
All right. All right, so we'll be in touch, and man, we'll be talking to you soon.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, peace. All right, brothers and sisters, man. So appreciate you all for tuning in. I hope you all got some of that resources, some of those information. Go to illinois.gov.dceo. Replay that and listen to the video again if you need to get those resources that he offered for Black businesses. And if you need to connect with him directly, right, just shoot me a text, shoot me an email, and we'll make sure you connect with him and get plugged into some of those online events that he has going on. So with that, I want to encourage you all, brothers and sisters, go to Amazon and get this book, Black Business Pioneers, Chicago Self-Made Black Business Pioneers. I wrote this book a few years ago, and there's some nuggets in here that I think are very relevant to today, right? As entrepreneurs are trying to figure out how to grow, how to evolve, how to pivot, maneuver, whatever term or word we're going to use, basically survive and thrive. You can get inspiration from some of those who have gone before us and done things when things were not as resourceful, right? You all, if someone could build a business with only regular snail mail, then the opportunities for you to do the similar principle thing, but on an incredibly bigger scale with social media and the internet, you have almost unlimited resources and opportunities. There are people building 7-figure incomes with no advertisement, with no marketing other than what they do within their own platforms, right? Their own Facebook, their own Instagram, their own TikTok, their own whatever, right? Of course, the website. And they are presenting themselves before the world, and the world is responding. So you don't have any hindrances now like there used to be. So this book will inspire you. Go to Amazon.com, put in Black Business Pioneers, or put in Tory Muhammad, and the book will come up. And make sure you get the final call. The brothers, we've been hitting the streets with them. Maybe y'all have seen me posting pictures with me out with the brothers, getting this paper out. It seems like people are on one accord. It seems like the people heard the minister, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and accepted the message and are against the vaccinations. But again, you got to make sure you stay firm, right? There'll be people in positions with certain jobs that you may be told you can't work there anymore unless you take the vaccination. The minister said, good. The minister said it's your blessing, right? But man, encourage our people, make that the conversation, make sure that people are on the same page and will stay away from the vaccinations. If they need resources and information, right, then you get them the Final Call newspaper. Go to finalcall.com and get the digital edition, right? That can be emailed to you. That can be sent right to you so you can have the whole paper right there on your phone, on your computer. But the resources that we're offering to give you the information to back up your resolve. And many times it can give you what you need in a conversation to convey to somebody else or convince somebody else not to get the vaccination because of what you have been able to read and get from the Final Call newspaper. So, man, I appreciate you all. I love y'all. I hope you all, do y'all like this better background? What y'all think about? I think I'm going to stay over here in this part of the studio and use this background. People were telling me, I don't really watch the videos after we do them. Something about watching myself, but I need to, because I need to be chopping these up and putting little pieces of nuggets from some of our guests that people can consume in 1 minute and 3 minute bites. But people said I was blending into my background. So we'll take the virtual background off and use that background behind me, the books, and keep it rolling from there. So with that being said, man, we appreciate y'all. Love everybody who tuned in, and we'll be back on for another show. But don't leave. Please don't leave before you watch our commercials. We got some great stuff that we're doing, and we wanted to get you all's feedback. But, you know, we got to advocate for our businesses and support our sponsors and our advertisers. So we're going to kick it off first with Sean Michelle.
Sean Michelle's Homemade Ice Cream is the only place to go when the ladies crave delicious old-fashioned homemade ice cream. Their vanilla tastes just like Grandma used to make it. With over 35 flavors, all made with the freshest ingredients, Kathy has never had banana pudding ice cream this good. It's homemade ice cream the way you remember, and Sean Michelle's doesn't upset your stomach. Enjoy in-store or take it to go. Sean Michelle's. Fall in love again.
First-time customers, buy one, get one free.
We got a few more of our favorite people. Dan's Soul Food and Cafe, where every day is Thanksgiving. Check them out on 2523 East West 79th Street, rather. And then, of course, Brown Sugar Bakery, 328 East 75th Street. I want y'all to check out the Black Muslim Business Directory. Go to blackmuslimbusinesses.com and check out Sissy's Taco Bar, authentic street tacos. And we'll let you know about the next pop-up location. And we're looking for some pop-up locations. And shout out to one of our new advertisers, 100% credit approval with a MyJ Motors out there on the in Indiana. And not that far. They're about 30 minutes outside of here. So now we got two more things, and then we'll be done.
My name is Dolphin Norris. I'm one of the owners of Dan's Soul Food and Cafe, located at 2523 West 79th Street. Best in the Midwest. My partner is my mother. She's the oldest, wisest living person I know. She can look at her food and tell you if it's right or wrong. She wants three things. She wants her food to be good, she wants her place to be clean, and she wants excellent customer service. Well, we've been surviving the pandemic better than ever. We've shut down the sit-down part. However, our carry-out, Uber Eats, and DoorDash has been up about 20-30%. But the main thing is that we're servicing people correctly, making sure they got good food at a good price, and they're comfortable with it, and they know that our place is clean.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am Adeline Bracey, the Mississippi Queen. I have been in this neighborhood for 46 joyful years. And I've been coming to Dan's Soul Food because his food is so good. I closed my restaurant to start eating here. And I'm here today because of the $6 holla. This chicken is so succulent. I mean, tender, juicy, and the flavor, oh my goodness. Hey people, if you haven't been here, you must. It is a must if you live in the city of Chicago, especially on the south side. But if your car travel to the suburbs or wherever, come into the city. Enjoy Dan's Soul Food and Bakery. And tell them I told you so. My name is Adeline Bracey, and I approve this message.
Hi, my name is Linda Hardison, and I've been coming to Dan's Soul Food for years on top of years. Listen, this is the place to come when you want some soul. White folks, if y'all don't have no soul, come on down. You're going to get it here, I promise you. If you don't get it in your wiggle, you'll get it in your plate. Just kidding. But this is good food, and we just want to thank our sister for being here for so long. She's a staple in our community, and we just thank you for that, sister. All right, y'all, have a blessed one. Come on down.
One more. Hey, check this out.
Greetings. My name is Tori Muhammad, the founder of Bean Soup Media. We are a content and digital marketing strategy company that empowers the brands of small businesses. We are a passionate team of designers, writers, photographers, and most importantly, problem solvers. and we come together to help you tell your story.
Brother Torrey, you shared a post about our business a few years ago. It's reached almost 50,000 people within about 30 days. Brother Torrey, through yourself, we have had so much media coverage, newspapers. We're talking about the Channel 7, Channel 9. You have brought so much attention to Sean Michelle's homemade ice cream, and I will never stop supporting Bean Soup Times and Black Chicago Eats. And I wish that others will also take a closer look what you have to offer, because we have benefited. Just take a look at Sean Michelle's. Take a look down the street. See the line to the next block. That's as a direct result of the social media that you've posted. That's as a direct result of the live testimonies that you've done at Sean Michelle's. That's as a direct result of the writings that you've written up on Sean Michelle's homemade ice cream. And so God has really blessed you first to have a love for our community, to have a love for black businesses, and one for your brother, which you want for yourself.
In the building with us is Brother Touré Muhammad. He is the marketing genius behind Sissy's Taco. But Touré has been one of the pioneers in marketing, black marketing in Chicago. He did the, was it Black, not Black Chicago? Taste of Black Chicago. Doing it like the real, for y'all real marketers out there, bring us the food in the morning. I'm telling you. And then I just had some gummies too. Oh, my cousin. And they warm. I'm telling you, got the studio all smelling up. Paper bags. Touré Muhammad, you see him, check out Bean Soup Times. Check him out, all of his clients. Also, let me tell you what, he also represents Sean Michelle, right? So check him out. Ooh. He's also, man, I know they let me tell you what, shout out to Sean Michelle. You know I'm an ice cream connoisseur. So I love their ice cream, but boy, that line, good Lord, you got the park and wait and sit there and it'd be like down the block. Shout out to, and he also is a writer over at The Final Call, right? So Brother Touré Muhammad, extensive history, doing it like the marketing directors. We need to get you a gym shoe contract next, so you can bring the gym shoes in too. But I'm gonna tell y'all what, Sissy's Taco Bar doing their thing, popping up on a Friday. We're gonna be smashing these on air. Touré, thank you so much, my brother.
You guys, Brown Sugar Bakery has been using Bean Soup Times since 2009. We established our Facebook page 11 years ago. Look at that. We've grown as a company, and with Bean Soup Times, he's always been looking out for us and enticing all of you. I love you, Touré, for enticing my wonderful customers that are both Facebook fans and Instagram fans. I highly recommend Bean Soup Times, especially if you're brand new to social media or relatively new to social media, because Touré will make sure that he kindly and patiently walks you through getting up to speed online.